Hi YouTube. Hope you're doing good tonight. Yeah, I seen a video somebody made about me that I'm still saying hi to myself. Well, sorry for them that they don't know that I'm actually saying hi to human beings. And you're saying hi back to me. Wow, Yeah, all the retards out there. Not mentally handicapped, retards. Most likely inbred. Yeah, you know what? They're jealous because they didn't make themselves. That's why they wish they'd never been born. Crybabies. Big freaking crybabies. Um, I'm going to give you an example of like the columns on the gematria um, to explain something that when the well, I'll just use this page I got folded over. Okay, just say we're just coming into the gematria and there's columns there. Well, way over here, down towards the bottom, like third column from the right, is the oldest documentation. This new stuff, they look up and they go down here, and you'll see all this writing and blibber, blabber, jibber, jabber is nothing. You got to go way columns over and down and to the right, and that might even take you off into another page. And those are where you get your oldest documents. That's how you get them. Anything they're reading from these recent columns, they're recent, and that is the worst. The bad blood, even the bad blood within ourselves, are going to be identical to theirs, but they don't have the Holy Spirit. So, to order to read the whole thing accurately and go back in time in those generations, and that's what that means, that's how that is, um, doesn't make it any less of a scam. It just makes it plausible. Why would there be good and bad things said about everybody? Because that is um, who we are as people, not spiritually. And spiritually, if you take that, like I say, into ancient times from our forefathers, who we are, and the Christ spirit we carry will be way down over here and off into the extremes of things. And this is a fact. Check it out. Check it out. Go to the third column from the right, and then check out the last two columns and the last two lines, like up in there, and go off into another page with a number or a similar number, or one of your prime numbers, like a good one. But it'll never be first, second, or third column. It might even be fourth or fifth, explaining parts of your forefathers or something. But to actually get to who you are in these end times would be written long ago. So, and that's a fact of it. So, yeah, I was thinking what some people are going to do when they get audited, you know? Um, wouldn't you hate to be audited if you were shady and somebody had a bone to pick with you, and they had friends in the IRS and friends in the FBI? And I mean, I don't know. I'm just wondering. It's like if I were a part of the Illuminati, which I'm not, although I am illuminated with God's light, which is the true light, true illuminated. But uh, if I were a part of that organization, I would be afraid to be as stupid as they are, because they turn on each other. And right about now, I would be thinking to myself, there's nothing I can do to backpedal. I got to keep going forward. But you're hash browns either way. I would rather be hash browns with God on my side than one of them snaky things. That's a fact. No, you go down. Go down. Don't you argue. So, yeah. Well, That's the way that is. I'm serious. Because I have a premonition that somebody that's my adversary is going to get audited, and it's not nothing that I've put into motion. It's just something that I asked God, you know, like if somebody really intends to mean you harm, then God would have a way to stop them. And you know how you kill a terrorist, not with kindness. You kill a terrorist out of their pocketbook. That's all they care about. When God takes their income away, when He takes their money away. See, I'm used to living on hardly nothing, and there's hardly nothing you can do to me, and I really don't care. I care about other people, and I'm not going to stop for that reason. And it's like I say, not a fear. And I'm out to change that terrorism terminology too. I don't have to fear for myself, but I have a right to fear for everybody. So that's the way that is. Seriously, so. So, yeah. But I don't know what else is on my mind, but I wanted to explain them columns to everybody because you'll see them go to the first one or two or three, never off onto another page. And mark my words, this is true. This is where you find the depth of the ancient gematria, which would be as far back as 4000 AD, 46,000 AD, or 7. It was kind of vague. And then they revitalized it again in the 1800s, and they revitalized it again right in front of me in the 70s. So I know what I'm talking about. And hey Justin, I had to turn your videos off. Yeah, you're right. That zipper was scratching noise hurt my ear. And not all Masons wear their jewelry. Not all Eastern Star will wear them or flash them either. There may be circumstances like people I worked with that didn't wear their jewelry until they were ready to expose themselves, that type of thing. So, and they don't always have them because they can't afford them. When you're newly in the organization, I watched my adopted parents get richer jewels as they got older, you know, more extravagant things the deeper they went, that type of thing. So, especially that female version or whatever you call that thing that raised me, you know. So, I have no other words for that because, yeah, I love her, but she was never feminine. She was womanly, but not feminine. And disgusting, horrible. So, ew. And talk about walking out in public all my life and feeling like I was watched. Yeah. Everybody that looked at me, it's like I had a big sign written on my head. She believes in God. Look at it, you know? And they'd look at me and look in my eyes. When they're talking to me, they'd be like staring and staring. And I'm like looking at them like, what the hell is this? Like, like when I was young, they knew something I didn't. It's like, what is that? And then I started catching on everywhere I went, every single place, every single time. It was always the same. You know, like you went to get the milk and somebody's in your way. It's like, now I'm like, excuse you. I tell people, um, you know, well, and I do try to limit myself going out. The last 10 years, I've really had very little outside access because it's disgusting, quite frankly. So, I don't even have to leave though to get have a rotten day. I mean, with having customers and um, buying or selling cars, that type of thing. I always have to have some sort of interaction, but I still limit it, you know. And as far as friends are concerned, I have very few. I have a few, none that I would call righteous, and none that I could absolutely turn my back on. So this world is pretty empty, you know. So, like, especially the women out there that are just like born into this shit, and when you finally realize how lonely life really is, yeah, it is. It is. So, wouldn't have to be if the majority would stop being so weak, you know. But they bow in the wrong direction. They're trying to eliminate the nuclear family. They're trying to weaken the men. They're trying to make the woman look ridiculously horrible. Um, Children don't seem like children anymore. Old people are radically slutful, icky, yucky, disgusting things. So, like, wow, disgusting. And brings that song, and I heard Black Eyed Peas are like weird ass people too. Yeah, I figured that anyway, but I just had "Where Is the Love" pop in my head because, yeah, where is the love, the love, the love, right? What's wrong with the world? Yeah, everybody's addicted to their own drama. That's true. I'll show you Satanism and drama. Just wait. God's helping me. I don't know the day, don't know the time, but I do know it's real because I have seen in the future. So I can't prove it, but you feel it, and I know you do. So you have fun coming over here writing and trying to. That's why I didn't block you, troll, 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 twin, butt boy, because you cannot uh put down righteousness. It's like I told Doug. I say this all the time. If I'm on, not if I'm on a righteous path, and I'm not going to shut the hell up because somebody else isn't. So when you're not and you're dealing with me, expect what you get because God helps me. Expect that. Watch that happen. That's my word. I give you my word. I'll show you what true love, a non lying, and actually the word, what that is and what that means. My word right now, I'm telling you, I'm coming after you. That's the word. Get that. That's my will. Watch that. Watch this shit happen this year. Happy New Year is right. The only Happy New Year I've ever had. Watch this thing. Enjoy it. I know I will. God told me when you're 60 years old, just for the insult of the number, of the actual nine that is divine, just for the feminine mark that they dirty, just for that alone, is what my 60th year of a vengeance from him, with him, for him is all about. Not just Christ. This is just the beginning. It's my turn. And when Christ is done, I'm just a precursor. I'm like a warning sign. Like watch my will. Watch what I will this year on people. So, actually, less than what you willed on me. Far less. You will live. You'll live forever. But not till after you pay for the shit you did. Watch. Like I said, mark my words. It's my promise to you, Satanists, that you're all going to have a horrible, horrible, horrible year. Nothing is going to go your way. It'll only look like it for a tiny bit till the smackdown. True story. Yep. I wondered how far people were going to push things. And when they say they love me, and I say I love you back, I do. I might not like you. I love you. I do. When you're all cleaned up, I'm going to like you too. I just don't right now. It's kind of like when my kid's little and he was all gooey or something, I would want to smooch him or something, but let me wash that face first, God, one time I was all ready to go out and I hardly ever went out and I never left my kids overnight until they were like quite old, like very old. Well, didn't get them babysitters or anything like that. And didn't really have a lot of people to ever watch my children. So anyway, that's neither here nor there. But one time I was all ready to go out, and their aunt and uncle were gonna watch them, and had makeup on and um, all jewelry up, looking good, feeling good. And John comes up. He's got like a Tootsie Roll pop, and comes towards me, towards my hair. My hair is like waist long, he comes like creep, and I'm like, I go back like this, and I could just see him, and I tried to stop his little hand just in time. He's like 5 years old, and he just stuck that sucker right in my hair. I couldn't believe he did that, and he knew I had OCD, and I knew by then because we had talked about it too. After we still sorta, he laughs about it, and I sorta laugh about it. But yeah, I couldn't believe it. I just seen him coming towards me, but I couldn't hardly believe it. It's like almost shocking. It's like, no, you're not doing this to me, are you? Really? you know, Unbelievable. But anyway, but yeah, Satanists are like kids with candy. It's like, uh, go wash. oh, please. Huh? You're gooey. I can't stand it. You know, what can I say? Gooey Satanists. But it goes deeper than that because it's so ugly and it's so vile. The depths of it. And the ones that are just like if you're like in, un, if you're a cheater, if you're a infidel, yeah, that too, infidelity towards your spouse or whatever, but you're helping somebody that actually would like child traffic or that type of organization. You might only feel like you're only maybe typing up something to hinder somebody. In all reality, you're killing people because you're helping them people that would help you because you're all helping each other. So no matter the slightest, like I said, I don't care if you're getting a Satanist a cup of coffee, you're helping my opposition. So that's the way it is. I don't care how small of a service you're doing to them or for them or on them with each other, because y'all do anyway. Maybe not all of you, but you know what I mean. Y'all have your faults you cover for each other. Well, I'm from the world where we don't cover faults. We put them out and we pick each other up and we say, hey, this is who I am. And if you got any ideas on how to help me with something without being an animal about it, well, then say something. You got that much love? I haven't seen it out of hardly anybody. Very few in my life. So, well, let this go. I wanted to make that aware about them columns because it is the truth, and there's good and bad about anybody. They can take and write in that book with the sequence and numbers, but the truth of it lies very columns deep, many, many. Many lines down are new entries in the writing. Many lines down and over is old numbers that don't have the writing but have the numerology, and then there might be a sentence now written out computerized as there was in the 70s too, but I'm sure it's more advanced. I haven't really looked into that part, but I do know what I'm talking about. And that's why anyway, Justin, I turned off your video. It did hurt my ears. And about the Masons, you aren't gonna tell me nothing because I seen it all. I seen all their crap, read all their crap, witnessed their mannerisms, their actions, their words, their demonology, their terminology. Their they tried hypnotizing, they tried mesmerizing, they tried this crap, that crap, the next thing, everything on me. Nothing. You can't. I'm impenetrable with God's armor like that. So there's really nothing I can learn from anybody about the Masons. But I guess other people, that's good that you're talking it that they don't know. Then that would be. But I guess I pretty much trust my judgment from God and being raised by that trash that I know better, that none of them are my friend. And if it were, it would be only a Jesuit. And this time around, the true term of that with the HIST without the CR on it is the true term of it, which they also turned into. Let me think. There's another term for Christ. Give me a moment. Not just Christos, but like tryst, and that's term, the true meaning that they changed and put and added to it. Um, there's more to that too. I'll think on that and I'll get back to you on that. Because the way I'll think I know it's in there. God will give it to me. I'll set it aside till tomorrow. But there is a thing with the word Christ too. Not only the switcheroo with Satan using it, but uh, the first Christos, the second, the Trist, meaning three, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. And a lot of people don't understand where Lucifer fits in the whole thing, and they don't understand what the first Knight Templar actually was all about with the Holy Grail, and carrying that through. And they think they demolished it, and they didn't. And they don't know how any information got through because they're always stupid anyway. And can't say no more about that, but I will think about that THRIS or THIST part. I have to write it down, and then when I'm looking at it, I'll remember what. And it was the Trinity issue, but there was something else with that. I'll get it. I'll get it by tomorrow. Like I say, I asked God, I'll be back. Maybe I'll stick around a little bit more. I have a cigarette with you. I'm thinking about quitting. Maybe. Might. Considering it. I have been for a while. I don't know. We'll see. Hmm. I'm trying to strain my brain on that Christ thing again, so I'll just leave that be like that. But yeah, as far as there's no Masonic lodge that I would ever trust. No affiliates, none of the Knights of Columbus, the uh, Scottish Rites, the um, Coronas, I think they're called, the oh geez, I could go on and on. There's so many affiliates. Every town where there's a lodge, wherever there's a lodge, that's what it is. And wherever you have American Legion and BFW, they're all affiliated. They all work together. Better believe they do within their communities. The lions and tigers and bears. Oh my. Um, geez, there was another. Um, there's more too. I had it on the other day. I was thinking about this other one too. Anyway, yeah. And like I say, the only reason some of them ever became Christians were to understand the end times, what's going on here, so they could try and dissuade other people. And oh, Robin, Glappa, Baloney. I went over there a long time ago, and he was yapping on your live stream one time, and I said a Glappa crap or something like that at him, and uh, I listened to him and his wife, and him wearing his polka dot wife beater, and she's in her Eastern Star black garb to cover up their excessive whatever they do. Um, no, thank you. You know, because I heard him say something to you, and I told him I understand demonology. So, yeah. So I went to check out how he was preaching at other people, and it's like, okay, yeah, you're one. So, yeah, that's okay. I understand it all, you know. Oh. Well, everybody, I'm going to say good night and good day, and I love you, and thank you for joining me. And I'm going to think on that other stuff and recognize too what I said about them columns, because he'll just go over and, like, you know, and oh, yeah, yeah, that's it. The bullshit's right there. That's right. So, okay, everybody. Peace and love from Pine City, Minnesota, USA. Have a good day.